Right, guys, I was in London yesterday and I'm doing a series of quick videos where I'm not doing any editing because I really don't care. We were on a mission to find this watch for a friend of mine and we failed, but we also were on a fact-finding mission and I got some really interesting information to tell you. I met some really nice people and we had some really good service. I didn't know that Oxford Street is littered with Rolex ADs. We passed 7 in that area. 2 of them we didn't even bother going into, and they're building another one now. And here's the thing, there's no customers in any of the shops. The shops are dead. They're dead. And there was one person we met, and I'm not going to say their gender, met. They were wonderful, fantastic, and we had a chat with them. They told us stuff that I said to that person, you should never be telling people that you don't know this, but they did. And to respect them, I've got to be really careful what I say, but they basically told me every watch they had available for me to purchase there and then. They didn't have one of these, but they had a lot of two-tones. I could have, if I really wanted to, I could have left with 5 different Rolexes from that 80. Sure, they were all gold. Sure, they were two-tones. Sure, they were sky dwellers. But they didn't have a single steal at this shop, and none of them had any steals available to buy. Just so you know, not a single one. But this person told me why, and the watch market is definitely dead, but the flippers are still trying to make a buck. Guess what the flippers are doing? And this person knows what they're doing and has had first-hand experience of how cheeky these flippers are. They sold a two-tone Rolex to a guy that was waiting for it. He came in, he bought it, right? They sold it to him unsized, which to me is stupid, right? It means they know what's going on. They're selling unsized Rolexes, knowing that these guys are going to flip them, and they're just going along with it, aren't they? Because for whatever reason, they just don't want to know, do they? Because this joker brought the watch back for a refund, and this company gave him a refund, and he was honest. However it was said, he said I couldn't make any money on it, and he got his money back. He bought a two-tone Rolex to flip without doing his research, got the shock of his life and thought, I need to get out of this, and was so cheeky, he brought it back to the same AD. And I said to her, my Rolex ADs, they don't take watches back. And then she said, well, we hadn't sized it. And then I started to think, maybe you're involved in this in some way. But I didn't want to say that, and I don't think they are. But I think they're so used to these people pulling this crap, they just ignore it. Now, here's what this person said to me. They said if these people can make any money in a watch, they'll put their name down for it still. So I had a chat with her about this watch. I said, isn't this watch very hard to get? Isn't this watch harder to get than a Submariner steel? She said, no, it isn't. This watch is actually easier to get than a Submariner, but there's more people on the list for the Submariner because there's still profit in it. So this lovely individual told me the truth. They're still buying Rolexes to flip for that tiny bit of profit, and they are killing the watch market. They're just killing it for us. So the watch market is down, but these flippers for 500 quid are still doing it. Now, I'm going to give you an example. This watch, I can sell this for £400 more than I paid for it. So I can stop somebody getting this watch for a reasonable price by buying it and flipping it for £400, and then that guy's going to sell it for 15 to 2 grand more. And I really don't know how Rolex are going to stop this. I don't think they can stop it, and maybe that's why they're very hard to get now. I don't know what's going on. And I'm sorry if this is all over the place, but I'm not editing this. The two-tones are available now. So if you want a two-tone like I did, You can go into most ADs. If they have two-tones, I'm pretty sure they're available to purchase. You might have to schmooze them a bit. You might have to leave and come back. I don't know. But there are two-tones available to purchase. And I know why, but that person also told me why. And we both came to the same conclusion. I'll give you one more example. So, even though I love this watch, or I would have loved it before January this year because it would have been 1,000 less. And even though I love this watch, I would have loved this watch before January of the year before because it would have been 2,000 less for the same watch. Does that make sense? So what's actually happened is these have become so unaffordable. A lot of the times that when people are on the list for two-tone Rolexes, now blah 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 blah, calling them to say, hey, your two-tone Yachtmaster is in. That's the dog, by the way. Your two-tone Yachtmaster is in. They're going, oh, I don't want it because I can't make any feckin' money on it. And they're being honest about it. These people are scum, right? And the staff might be complicit, I don't know. But these flippers are so brazen now, they're turning them down. But I got some other information for you. I then said, well, surely root beers, because root beers are now £14,000. And my friend Andy, who was with me, he originally wanted one, and when he first wanted one, they were only £10,000. She did confirm that there is still a demand for them. So, and I think there's a tiny bit of profit in the root beer. A tiny bit. But when that profit for the root beer goes down to negative, that's going to be available too, isn't it, guys? What is the point of this video? What's the learning from this video? The point is the flippers are still there. They've moved from these to these, and they are scalping for the sake of 400 quid. They're ruining it for everybody for 400 quid. And the ADs are complicit. Some of them are. They're complicit. I don't know how they can fix it. I don't know how they can sell this watch to somebody and track the fact whether they flipped it or not. They really can't, can they? So I would just, if you want to get a two-tone, now's the time. And I think that's it. 4 ADs we went into, they were like ghost towns. They'd no watches for sale. There's loads of two-tones, loads of rose golds, loads of golds, but no stainless steels, nothing available. I wouldn't like, and the rest of the shops were dead. I mean, the Zenits, there was nobody buying anything in there. I think the watch market is really struggling now. That person also said to me that everything is down. And they were even thinking of getting out. They had enough as well. I mean, I couldn't sit there all day. Can you imagine sitting in an AD all day not being able to sell a watch? Just waiting on a delivery of watches that people may or may not want, and then you phone those people. I mean, that must be dull as foe, right? Anyway, like I said, I don't expect anybody to watch this video, and I'm not editing this to make it look any more than it is. It's just me telling people how it is at the moment with Rolex watches.